man suddenly shrinks down to the size of an ant. His petite wife now looks like a giant standing in front of him. Even the house cat could swallow him in one bite, just to stay alive. Paul has no choice but to save himself. He uses a fish hook and thin thread to make a simple climbing tool, planning to use it to get out of danger. But before he can even make a move, the cat has already quietly walked in. At that moment, Paul completely panics. In his eyes, the cat is scarier than any wild beast. Even worse, in the chaos, he accidentally cuts himself with the hook. The smell of blood slowly spreads out. The cat instantly notices something is off. It starts getting unusually excited, step by step moving closer to Paul. Paul realizes things are going bad. He quickly grabs a thin needle, covering his wound while running as fast as he can. But the cat has no intention of letting him go, staying right on his tail, just to survive. Paul runs with almost all the strength he has left, finally squeezing through a crack in the door. But just as he starts to relax, the cat suddenly reaches a paw through the gap. He instinctively steps back, his foot slips, and he falls straight down the stairs. Luckily, he lands in a pile of soft clutter. That is what saves his life. Before he can even catch his breath, there is a noise from upstairs. His wife hears it and slowly walks down. Paul immediately starts shouting for help, trying to get her attention, but his voice now is so small it can barely be heard. No matter how hard he tries, his wife shows no reaction at all. Instead, she picks up the tiny blood-stained shirt on the ground, then notices the cat nearby. At that moment, she thinks her husband has been eaten. Her emotions instantly spiral out of control. She turns and runs after the cat, while Paul hides in the corner. He falls into complete despair. There is nothing he can do. He can only drift into a daze and pass out, until the cold wakes him up at midnight. He struggles to move again, slowly crawling out through the gaps in the clutter. By now he is starving, but this is the basement. There is nothing here he can eat. He can only grab the needle as a weapon, and start searching for a way to survive. After looking for a long time, he only finds a leaking pipe, relying on the drops of water. He barely keeps himself going. The next morning, he hears his daughter outside. Hope instantly lights up inside him. He runs to the closest step near the door and shouts for help with everything he has. But his voice is as thin as a mosquito. His daughter cannot hear a thing. But Paul refuses to give up. He finds a piece of chalk and writes his name on the ground, hoping she will see it. He knows very clearly his daughter will come to the basement because her favorite goldfish is kept here. But before that, he has to stay alive. He has not eaten for 2 full days. His body is getting weaker and weaker. Luckily, he spots a piece of cheese on a mousetrap. He first drives away all the ants around it, but to get the cheese, he has to trigger the trap first. He picks up a nail, carefully aiming at the mousetrap and strikes it, but the first try fails. He gathers his courage again, taking the risk of getting caught and tries once more. This time, he uses all his strength and slams it down hard, finally triggering the trap. Just as he is about to eat, he suddenly feels a chill behind him. A spider silently appears behind him. Luckily, Paul reacts fast. He immediately swings the needle to drive it away. To his surprise, he actually scares it off. Watching the spider leave, he finally lets out a breath. But soon he realizes the spider is a danger that could strike at any moment. As time goes on, it will only become more deadly. Even worse, his body is still shrinking, so Paul decides he has to deal with this threat in advance. Soon he notices the spider is crawling toward the fish tank. Paul grips his weapon and chases after it. His heartbeat gets faster and faster. Every step he takes is careful, slowly getting closer, ready to fight to the death. But what he does not expect is that the spider suddenly runs away. Paul is stunned for a moment and cannot help but laugh. But in the very next second, everything suddenly changes.